Hello, ma'am, and hello, my friends. I am Julian Chelsea, and I'm going to present my third project for ICT in ELT. The potential of the research and my interest is the reference I used for this project is the article titled Fostering Ways of Thinking in Learning Activities of English Teaching Lesson Plans at Senior High School. This article is written by our lecturer, Ma'am Siti Trifoka Room, and I'm kind of interested with this article. Why I have an interest in this article because we are now living in a fast paced world and it requires everyone to develop and advanced skills, one of which is critical thinking. Critical thinking is one of the skills of 21st century skills beside creative thinking, collaborating, and communicating are known as 4C. According to the result of PISA survey, Indonesian children's thinking abilities are still considered low. Further reason on why I am interested to conduct a research on this topic is as a pre-teacher who is going to teach students, I think it is the right time to be an agent of change by starting to integrate critical thinking in teaching students at school. There is still a lot to discover in this field of study since people's way of thinking is constantly changing. Therefore, further research needs to be conducted. As a matter of fact, I have an interest in developing students' ways of thinking, not only in the lesson plan, but also in the materials used in the class. This way, students will have more exposure to the critical thinking and will get used to it, and they can apply it in their daily life easily. This way, it could improve their education and life quality. Okay, so the keywords I use for my future research would be teaching and learning materials, English teaching lesson plan, English for Foreign Language or EFL, 21st century skills, higher order thinking skill, and ways of thinking. I wasn't mention about the integration of ICT in my future research, but my research would be how to develop students' critical thinking through the integration of technology. Okay, using the keywords I have mentioned before, I use the software Publish or Perish to search for the trends of the research. These keywords I use to find the trends of the research in Publish or Perish apps. I choose to show 500 results at most, with the published year ranging from 2018 to 2023 to keep me updated with the recent research. And then the result will is saved and will be analyzed later with the Force Viewer apps. The source is taken from Google Scholar. We all know it is a free open educational resource that can be accessed easily by everyone so that everyone can access my reference later easily. So we are going to move on the Force Viewer. Force Viewer is a software tool for constructing and visualizing bibliometric networks. I use this software to help me mapping the data from published or peers related to the trends of the research. Okay, so the first visualization being network visualization. The different color represents different cluster. In the projection, we can see there are four different clusters shown by four different colors, which is the red, green, blue, and yellow. The bigger the circle is, meaning that the keyword is mostly used in the research. The visualization showed that 21st century skill, teacher, and lesson plan has the biggest circle, which means that these are the most used keywords of the trends in this field. The line represents the link between the keywords. Okay, the second visualization being the overlay visualization. As shown by the agenda on the right bottom corner, the color represents the year of the article's publication. The most dominant color is green and blue. We can see there are three colors in there. They are green, blue, yellow, and in between, which means this research were done during the period of 2019 until early 2020. The most recent studies from 2020 until now focus on more insignificant keywords. So as we can see in this visualization, we see the The green color, it is skill, teacher, lesson plan, and the blue one is teaching 21st century higher order thinking skill. That color represents the period of 2019 until the early 2020. This indicate the gap and the urge to conduct a study that focus on 21st century skills in learning activities of lesson plan and learning materials because as we know, this keyword is um, not yet has a lot of research done in that field, in the field of 21st century skills and other in the yellow color. And the third visualization being the density visualization. The color represents the density of the data. The more dense the data is, the closer the color of the point is to yellow. The keywords in the yellow color are the dense data are skill, teacher, lesson plan, student, 21st century, education, and higher order thinking skill. The others are dim green, which means that it is the least keyword used in the research. Most of the research focused to study the skills, the teacher, lesson plan, student, 21st century, education, and higher order thinking skill. That's why I choose to conduct a research on critical thinking because there is a gap between the research that had been done and what needs to be done. So, in conclusion, the research in ICT ELT that focus on ways of thinking as one of the 21st century skills in English teaching lesson plan and teaching materials can be conducted, as the trend remain last until now. Most research in the field focus on 21st century skills, teacher, and lesson plan. Higher the thinking skill is not yet be the main focus of the research in this field. This can be considered as a gap in conducting further research. So that's all my presentation for my future research. Thank you for paying attention. Yeah, bye bye.